What's going on, you guys? What's happening? This is Eric Brent, EB Crypto. We're gonna do a little bit of different video today. I'm gonna try to talk your language because I know most people, when they look at crypto, they look at it as this thing is kind of like stock market where it go up and down and you buy and sell. That's only one aspect of it. That is an aspect of it, but that's not the totality of this industry, and it's really not how it actually started. In the concept and philosophy of the whole inception of crypto. But for viewers' sake, I'm going to take that perspective and take that side of view for 1 second. Now, I want to show you guys something right now because I'm always trying to do videos at this time when markets are down. Now, I was looking at the markets today and everything is in the green, but it's still way under the normal for this industry. Actually, for the last almost 3 years now, crypto has kind of been in a decline as far as price. But as a real estate appraiser, I've learned how to differentiate price and value. Price and value is two total distinct different things. Trust me. And I know a lot of you guys, we look at the cost of something. Hey, this cost this cost that. Cost, price, and value are not always the same thing. Okay. The cost of something could be what somebody charging you. The price of something could be, what two people agree upon in a sale, and the value of something could be totally different. It could be underpriced or overpriced, but the value is the value. Okay, so let's get that established. I don't want to go too much in detail with that. I'm speaking a little appraisal language, but when I learned how to do appraisals, it gave me a whole different mindset when it came to money, and it gave me a whole different mindset when it came to exchange and trading. But right now, let's just go ahead. I don't want to, without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen just for a quick minute and show you guys a little bit of my world here when it comes to cryptocurrency. Let me make my screen a little bigger so you guys can at least see me a little better. Okay, so here it is. Now here's the market right now. Today, you see all this green, 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 green. I see one red, but that's green, green. Mainly, I didn't want to click that and get out of that. Okay, so I'm back to the screen. We're back to the screen. Now, if you guys go up here at the top and look, it's 13,052,000. It's 13 million cryptocurrencies. Wow. I got into this industry back in 2015-ish, going into 16. There was only 1,500 of these things. That was it. But every day there's more and more and more coins coming out. Some coins are what I call shit coins. They don't have no value, no functionality. And I'm going to teach you guys how to actually pick solid coins with functionality, or coins that have some purpose and have some technology behind them where the value may not be there yet. The price may not equate the value, but the purpose and functionality, that price will eventually go up to the value of that coin, or the value may continue to increase as demand for that particular technology increases. Because right now, technology is way above the people's understanding of technology. Now, I'm not a techie guru type of guy. Again, the guys, I'm a regular guy who did real estate appraisals, but I had several programmers on my team at one time, and I talked to different programmers as I was building certain softwares in this industry, because I had a website. Family Capturing had a website. We had 13. We had like about I think about 8 different softwares, 3 different websites, which we're doing some work on them now to reintroduce new courses, because we're going to have new courses because this industry has changed so much in the last 2, 3, 4 years. I mean, it's changed so much. Our original courses were about 5, 6 years ago, maybe longer, 7 years ago, and we haven't updated them. Now there's so much happened in this industry. I'm required and I'm obligated now, and I'm forced pretty much to upgrade these classes. So the courses are going to not only teach you this industry, but show you how to get the money. Show you how to get the money. I don't care if the market's up or down. It's somebody making some money somewhere, and we need to be one of them. That's my concept in business general. Okay, so let's just look. Let's look. Bitcoin is 84,000. And some people might say, oh my God, it's crashed from the last year, from the last, let me see, it's crashed from, let's look at it. Let me show you guys how I look at it. And I'm gonna close my you don't need to see me right this time. And I'm gonna close myself so you can just see the market. Okay, now look at all that red. It dropped. This is a 24-hour day chart. Okay. Let's go back as far as let's go back to 1 month. Well, let's do 7 days. And I'm showing you guys something. 7 days has been green. For the last 7 days, it's been going up. Okay, but 84,000, I know, is still not at its peak. The peak of Bitcoin was, let me see, probably about 100 some thousand. So some people might say, oh, if they're looking at this 7 day, if they're looking at this 1 day, they'll say, oh, it's kind of down. If they look at this 1 month, they'll see red. They'll say, oh, it's down. It's down. Okay, but if you widen the scope and you look at the all-time high, and I'm only doing Bitcoin. Bitcoin started off 2012. Look, where was it at? At 2012, $12. 2012 to 2025 is approximately 12 years. Or 13 years. Excuse me, my math is a little off. 13 years. So let's say somebody who had, a 401k. Sometimes the 401k will allow you to diversify and put the money in whatever you want. Let's say you were able to talk your company into letting you invest your 401k in what you want, not stocks, not commodities, because that's very risky. So if we widen the scope of Bitcoin, I know you guys all think, oh, Bitcoin's up and down, it's volatile. Oh, guys, you can lose your money. No, you won't. You'll lose your money if you accept the loss. If you pull your money out at a time when Bitcoin is down, like one of my friends who I met, no, I didn't meet one of my friends who I talked to who I've been knowing for years, actually. And one of my friends who invested in Bitcoin. That's what I wanted to say. He called me one day and he said, Eric, man, I lost a lot of money in Bitcoin. I said, how'd you lose? He said, what do you mean? I bought in at, I think he said he bought in at 20,000 and then it dropped down to 3,000. And I said, how did you lose? Man, you didn't understand what I said. I bought in at 20,000 and it dropped to 3,000. He said, I'm still not understanding how do you lose. I understood. But I was trying to get him to see something. Sometimes you have to get people to see their own mistake and not tell them their mistake. I know exactly what he did. Okay, and I'm gonna show you what he did. Let me show you what he did. Let's back this thing up. Let's go. Okay, even if we look at these green patterns, okay, in 2020, where was he at? I remember when he did it. He did it in 2020. Okay, in 2020, was it 2020? No, it wasn't 2020. I'm sorry. That was 2017. Yeah, my bad, my bad, my bad. It was 2017 he did this. So 2017, he bought at 20,000. And I remember Bitcoin dropped down to like 3,000 temporarily. But all you see here is green because I did the all-time score. Let me see if I can go. I can't do a year. Let me see if I can widen this screen out a little bit because it dipped down to 3 grand. I remember that. I can't show you here because it's just showing the all-time, which it goes up and up and up. And this is my point that I'm making to you guys. But based on what he did, he bought in at 20,000 if you and then it dipped. It dipped down. I need a more intensive chart to show you. It dipped down to 3 grand. It was 3 grand for probably about a year. And then it shot back up. If you sell when it's low, of course you're going to lose. But Bitcoin and crypto is not stock market. This is not the stock market. Of course, some of this website, Coin Market Cap, created a chart so you can see it, but this is not stock market. There's no brokers. There's nobody forcing you to sell. There's no margin call. So basically, in stocks and commodities, when you put your market a certain way and it goes opposite, they're going to ask you for insurance to reinsure because you don't own that. You're only leasing that contract in a certain price range. So when doesn't do your price range, you got to put up more money because at the end of the day, you're going to lose your money because you don't own that. Bitcoin is not like that. Crypto is not like that. You own you own this. This is your asset. Nobody's forcing you to sell. And that's what I was trying to tell him. But he got it once he saw Bitcoin up to 100 grand and way up. My point that I'm making to you guys, if you were to put your 401k in this is, look at this. This is wow. This has outperformed gold. This has outperformed real estate. This has outperformed any commodity. Now, look, here's the all time high. It was 103,000. See that? So somebody looking at that to 80 something thousand will say, oh man, Bitcoin dropped. But you see all these dips up here was in 2021, October, it was 53,000. Then it dipped back down here to 41,000. Why would you sell in a dip? Why? Why? Why would you sell in a dip? Wait, Bitcoin is a product that is only 21 million of them. That's it. That's it. It's no more. There's not even enough for each millionaire to have one. There's more than 21 millionaires in the world. There's way more. In America, there's more than 21 million. There might be, um, you know, I don't know how many millionaires it is in the world. I haven't done that number, but I know there's more than 21 million in America. Definitely. Definitely more than 21 million. So globally, oh my God, forget it. So it's just not enough of them for people to own them. That's just why the price will continue to go up over the long term. It's more secure. And matter of fact, I just read today where Donald Trump, the president, is because the Japanese and the Chinese government are liquidating bonds. They're selling their bonds. I think Japan has like 867 billion dollars in bonds, and Japan actually got more than them, not much more, but Japan is the largest holder of American bonds. So what American bonds are basically, if you don't know, is a promise to pay back in U.S. dollars, interest. That's all it is. And so they're liquidating theirs because they need cash right now. The Chinese economy is not doing well, and Japanese economy is doing worse. So right now they're liquidating, which is causing a negative effect on the dollar. The dollar's going down a little bit. Okay, but in actuality, China and Japan is giving up all their leverage. They're giving up their leverage to actually negotiate with Donald Trump. So when you come to the table and you have no more leverage, your negotiation power will be a little weaker. That's not my point. My point is Donald Trump and the United States government and the Treasury and all the smart think tank people around him to do economics, they're going to start backing US dollars, not all of the dollars. Now, I'm not going to say all the dollars, but some of the dollars are going to start being backed with Bitcoin, which is, I think, looking at this chart, don't look like a bad decision. That doesn't look like a bad decision at all. Look at the chart. Look at that chart. Look at that damn chart. Over the all time, it goes up. Like I said, when I got into Bitcoin, it was 200 and something dollars. I got in at what? Let me see. Where is this at? That's 7,200 something dollars. So I got in somewhere around here. Yeah. Around 2015. I told you guys. I got in around 2015, $250. If I would have put my life savings, let's say I had 100,000 was my life savings, or $1 million, my life savings. This has done a 6 million, no, 8 million X. Okay. When I say 1X, when something did 1X, that means it 10 times itself. A 10X means it 10 times itself. Bitcoin has done a 8 million X. Damn. Could you even fathom that number? How did I lose my life savings? There's no way, because I'm in it for the long haul. Now, that's only one way to make money in this. This is not even really all. I mean, there's about 20 different ways to make money with cryptocurrencies that nobody's talking about. And the media's job is to propagandize you out of this industry because they want the little guys out. They've been doing this for years. For the last 5 years, I've been seeing this and talking about this. They wanted to push you guys out so the big guys can come in and take it over. They did the same thing with the internet. When the internet first came out in 1994, 95, the internet was actually created back in the 80s, but the public didn't get in until the mid 90s. And when the mid 90s came, the media propaganda came in and started saying, oh, crypto is just for pedophiles and it's for child pornographers and it's for the illegal activities. And they said all this propagandous things, but the internet took off by storm and it became the internet of information and so many people wanted to be on it. And I remember when I first got on in 1994, the only way you was able to get on, you had to have a phone line and you connected to AOL. And when you connected, it was like, they made this loud noise. And it took like 10 minutes. I would go make a sandwich or something and wait to get connected. That's how far we've come, how fast we've come. And because it was so in its infantile beginning, what happened was corporations saw the necessity of it. I remember they had what they call instead of internet, they had external or something where offices had their own internet, just their own office. That didn't last too long because they were cut off from the rest of the world. Okay, but they had these internet services inside of offices. It was kind of like a not really online and connected to the world. It was just that company had a network just in that company. They tried that for a while. That didn't really work. I remember them doing that, hooking up offices with all the computers in the office to talk to each other and nobody else. So that was limited, very limited, but it was in its experimental stage. And so I know you guys remember that period. But what has happened is so many corporations and banks and institutions wanted in, and they got in and pushed the little guys out from ownership of certain things. And what they did was incorporated centralization, meaning that they started to incorporate your information to be on the internet. If you don't think that's true, go get on your Facebook right now and get on from another computer. They're going to ask you to verify it through your phone, verify it through your email. They're connected everything together to identify who you are. It's no longer decentralized. It's no longer the internet of information of the people. It's the internet of corporations and governments. Even though you have access to certain things, they know who you are. They can track you down by your phone. They can track you down by your IP address. They can track your IP address. Your IP address is connected to your email. Your email is connected to your computer. Your computer is connected to your address. I mean, it's all connected. And some of this stuff is connected to your information, your physical address. So all of this stuff being connected is not where the internet was supposed to be. But this is where crypto is at. The same point. It started off, oh, it's a Ponzi scheme. Oh, it's not this. Oh, it's the propaganda started off. Now they are coming in with the big boys, BlackRock, Vanguard, Street Smart, all of these big major corporations, Chase, and now the U.S. government is even talking about, backing up the U.S. dollar. Not all the dollars. Again, we've printed so much money that we're not backing it all up with gold. I don't even think it's enough gold right now in the U.S. Reserve to back up all the dollars that we have printed. You have to understand in the last 20 years, there's been more money, cash, printed than the entire history of the United States. This is where inflation is coming from. Inflation means that it really should be called deflation because inflation means the deflation of the dollar, the value. See, we're talking about price, we're talking about value. The value of the dollar has deflated. That's all inflation is. They inflated the amount of that product. There's so many different dollars that have been printed. That's inflation. It deflated the value. This is what we teach here in the Family Cash Machine. We want you guys to really understand not only money and what's going on, but how to position yourself. Because you living right now, and I'm going to say this in every video, you are living in the most greatest exchange of wealth ever in the history of the world. And we have an ebook out now called The Greatest Exchange in the History. And this ebook is available now. You guys want it? Click this video. I'll send you guys a copy of it. Yeah, this is a $9.99 cost, but the book is going to give you insurmountable information about blockchain technology, decentralization, how the world is working, and how we can actually come out the matrix and make sure that ourselves and our families are not only safe, but we're thriving in this new economy that's starting to evolve. So I don't want to talk too much. I did go into Bitcoin a little bit, but I'm going to go a little bit more into detail because I don't want you to just think it's just about Bitcoin. No, let's go to Ethereum. Let's look at Ethereum because Bitcoin is not the only guy on the block. You know, like I just showed you guys, there's a million different cryptocurrencies, and I'm going to show you guys how to weed through the bad ones, find the good ones, and I'm going to show you guys other ways making money other than just buying and selling. That's all we comprehend because that's all we know is buy and sell. But it's so many other ways to make money with crypto. I don't want to put all my game out right here, right now, because knowledge is to be sold, not told. So you're not going to get all the game because I paid to learn this. Trust me. I didn't pay an individual. I did pay some individuals, but I also paid in losses. I paid in time. I paid in heartache. I paid a tremendous price to teach people this industry and to make sure my people, you need to see me on this one, don't miss out on this industry. Because even though you guys think, oh, Bitcoin been around forever, Bitcoin is still in its infancy. Crypto, when I say Bitcoin, but I mean cryptocurrency, it's still in its infancy. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Okay, let's look at the total cap rate. Where's the cap rate at? Let me look at the total cap rate right now. Cap rate, capitalization rate means how much money has went into cryptocurrency since its inception. Bitcoin's cap rate is probably the most. It's $1.6 trillion. It's just 1 trillion. Hell, the deficit, we owe 37 trillion or 36 trillion. That's our deficit in America. That's what we owe. This is how small this industry is. Okay, 1.6 trillion. Okay, I don't even think that's the value of Google. I think Google might be a $2 trillion company. I think Facebook might be a $1 trillion company. We haven't even talked about the Fortune 500. That's how small this industry is. The entire industry, the entire cryptocurrency industry is only, let me look. What's the total cap rate? 2 trillion. The entire 1 million coins is only 2 trillion. That's not even three Fortune 500 companies. That's not even three of them. BlackRock by itself is a $12 trillion company, hedge funds. 12 trillion, just one company, BlackRock. This is how small this is. And this is why I'm telling you guys, this industry is the greatest exchange of wealth you're going to see. Not just this, but AI and some other stuff. But really, crypto and blockchain technology is so underrated right now. I am here to make sure my people understand what's going on and how to position themselves for what I call generational wealth. Because many of us might think, oh, I can't create generational wealth. What's generational wealth? Well, today in my mind, generational wealth is 50 million or more. Some people might say, well, 50 million ain't no money. Well, actually, if you know what you're doing, it is. If you know what you're doing, yeah, 50 million could actually catapult your family into the hundreds of millions, eventually the billions, if you know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, if you know how to create multiple streams of income, and if you plant yourself at the right place, at the right time, with the right people, in the right industry, with the right information, 50 million is where it starts. Okay. So let me just go down to Ethereum a little bit. Now, this coin here is a little different coin. Ethereum went from, let me see. Ethereum went from, I remember Ethereum was $14. This coin right here was $14 when it started. Now, again, we on a downtrend. The last 2-3 years, we on a downtrend. This coin went as high as, I believe, $4,000. Let me get my face out of here. This coin went as high as $4,000. Let me go to the all-time high. Again, all-time high. Look at it. Look at the all-time high. Look at the all-time high. all-time high. That's why I said don't look at this little, oh, it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. Oh my God, you'll lose your money. I met a woman in Dominican Republic that bought in on Ethereum at $4,000. And she is so negatively against crypto because when it dipped down to 2,000, she sold. Nothing is forcing you to sell. What's forcing her to sell? Her mindset, her thinking that this is trading. No, if she'd have stayed and held on to her coins, yeah, it's low right now. And this is the time to buy. This is what I'm telling you guys. This is the time to buy. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example of what I mean, because right now people don't understand the concept. They don't understand this concept of what I'm saying because we all been taught differently. We've been taught differently. I'm gonna tell you what I'm talking about right here. I don't want to go into too much because like I said, you're not people are not really understanding how the stuff works. Okay, now let's say I had $1 million worth of Ethereums. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. If I had say let's most of us don't have a million, so I'm gonna say 100,000. $100,000 worth of Ethereum, and I bought Ethereum when it was 4,000. Okay, let's do that number. Let me see if I can find me a. Let's do that number. I'm gonna do that number right now. I'm gonna do that with my phone. Okay, so I had 100,000, which is $1 million. I already know that, but let's say I had 100,000. No, 100,000. I had 100,000. Okay, this is how you make up your. This is how you make money. Let's say I bought 100,000 at the top of the market. Okay, 100,000. Okay, at the top of the market, I bought one Bitcoin. Right? Let's say I bought one Bitcoin at 100,000. Now at 84,000, I'm going to get 1 1/4. You see that? Now you're going to get 1 1/4. You're getting a quarter more than you bought at the 100,000. So you getting one for 84,000, which is discount from what you bought it at. Then you get another quarter of a Bitcoin. So now let's say Bitcoin go back up. It's not going to go back to 100,000. It's going to go past that. Trust me. Because as you seen that chart I just showed you, it goes up and up and up and up. It don't never stay the same. So let's say it go back to 150, it go to 150. Now you got 2.5 or 2 1/4. You see how that works? I'm gonna pick another smaller coin to give you even a more better example. Let me give you a smaller coin. Let me go to this coin right here, which is called let me go, man, give me a minute. Let me go up here, and we'll go to a smaller coin, like let's say we go to, because I want you to understand it on a smaller level. Okay, let's go to um Shibu Inu. Okay, and let's say Shibu Inu at its highest, it went to an all-time high. It went to, we're gonna do it from the all-time high. Okay, it went to 0 4 zeros 2921. It went to 4 zeros 2921. Let's say you only bought 35,000 coins at this price. You might have spent 1,500. I'm just giving an example. Okay, now you haven't lost because now at this price, you're going to get 100,000 at $900. You see that? So when it reaches back up to here, you made back all of the difference. That's just one way. This is just one way. I'm only showing you guys one way. But what happens is most of us, when the markets are down, we run. Oh my God, everything is low. Let's run. And then when the news and the media come out, oh my God, Bitcoin's at an all-time high. Oh man, I better get some of that Bitcoin. This is taught wrong. The public is understanding it wrong. They understand it wrong. You're being taught wrong. Your whole concept about investments is wrong because they don't teach this in school. You buy low, you sell high. That's the concept of that way of making money in this industry. But again, like I said, there's so many other ways to make money. There's mining, there's minting, there's staking, there's there's arbitrage, there's liquidity. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on. And so I'm not going to get into all of that because I will confuse you guys. But I do teach all these different ways that you guys can make money in NFTs. I got in my book how to take your music. If you're some type of artist, you can make NFTs with your music and make a killing and don't even need a contract and be totally independent and make more money than you're getting paid on these streaming and all that crap. But this is a whole new different technology, and this is what I'm going to be teaching you guys. The courses are available for you guys. We do have the beginner courses ready now. If you guys want to get involved in that, contact me. I'll get you involved. If you want to copy that free ebook, I'm not free. I probably will give out a few free ebooks. It all depends on our relationship. If you guys are interested in classes, maybe you'll get a free ebook with that. But the ebook right now is ready. It's out. It will give you the basics as well as a kind of a little advanced understanding of what this whole concept is about. It's bigger than just buy and sell. It's trust me, it's more to it. It's more about controlling your value. It's more about having some privacy. It's more about the freedom of being financially free to do what you want to do, send money how you want to send money, receive money how you want to receive money without any regulations. And that's more of what it's about. So with that, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and close out. I took you guys a long enough time trying to give you examples of some of the things that you can do in this industry. And so again, I'll see you guys on the next video. Deuces.